Attention, all curious minds, innovators, and trendsetters. It's time to pause, lean in, and get ready for an extraordinary journey as we dive deep into the fascinating realms of life, technology, entertainment, and business. Let's explore, learn, and grow together. Brace yourselves, for the next thrilling episodes of Hipther Talks is about to take off. Counting down from 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And here we go.
Hi everyone, Zoltan here. We're back again with Hipther Talks, and this time we're sticking to affiliate marketing. And I have with me Santa Barkevica, head of affiliate marketing at Phoenix. Hi Santa, nice to have you here.
Hey, Zoltan. Hi, everyone.
All right, so most of you probably already know Santa from our conferences, but this time she's as a guest on our podcast and reaching out to more people this way. So we have a habit here at Hipster Talks that we like to give the opportunity for our guest to say a few words about themselves without us reading a bio. So Santa, let our audience know who you are and what you're doing.
I think sometimes it's better that someone else tells about you because you sometimes don't know something about yourself. It's like from the side, it's better you as usual. But hi everyone. Zoltan introduced already. I'm Santa. Christmas is coming, so be good, guys. I am taking notes and checking my list. But last 11 years, I'm in the marketing in general. From this 11 years, basically 6 years, I'm specializing in the dynamic iGaming industry, and that's why we are here as well. Maybe last 3 years, I'm more deeper focusing in iGaming, specifically in Latvian and Baltics, as well as like taking all my ears and eyes on Nordics and Europe in general too. So basically what's going on, because as we know, each market affects, time by time, it affects other markets too.
All right. So
I think it will be short enough.
All right, so guys, you heard it. Santa is watching you guys. Christmas is coming. All right, so my first question would be about what are the most effective digital marketing channels for iGaming operators that are looking to increase market penetration. And let's talk about the Baltic region especially. And maybe you can tell us how does this differ from the other European markets?
I would like to start with the questions. Do you know how many people know what is the Baltics or where is the Baltics?
Yeah, many people do, especially I think last year there was the NATO summit in Vilnius, so people now know about the Baltics.
Yeah, now they start to know, but I remember a time when I was in Canada, for example, and I tried to explain the time from Latvia. They just blink an eyes and try to understand. Latvia, where is the Latvia? I said in Baltics. I have no idea what is Baltics in Europe. France, Germany. Okay, guys, I understand. So basically, maybe some 5% in the worldwide population knows who is the Baltics. But from the iGaming perspective, of course, we can talk globally about iGaming. Because we have our own regulation, we have our own license. And actually, marketing, it affects a lot because maybe some of you already heard that there's some markets who is forbidden with advertising. And for example, Lithuania, they are forbidden, they cannot advertise anything. And in Latvia, actually, it's kind of not allowed to, but as far it's our job to read between the lines and understand what we can approach and where we can be with advertising. And I would say that in the Baltics, it's maybe of course, it's if we count by channels, for example, then it's social media for sure. because there's a ways how to work with the meta, and for example for Facebook and Instagram, because everyone is there. Actually, just few months ago, we started to advertise in TikTok as well. I know that because TikTok was some time ago already in different markets, in other markets, but now it's allowed, and it's officially opened here in Latvia, for example, and we are using a lot. If we talk about channels, it could be SEO, definitely, because we know that everyone tries to Google even where's the Baltics, for example, or how big this population is. And maybe unlike Western European countries, where the English is a main content language, in this region, we are more locally. And so basically, if you use SEO, you need to be strong, preferred of local language, and your sites need to be in local language, because everyone's okay. If you search a book of Ra, you will find a book of Ra. But for example, free spins in Latvian, it's bez riska grieziena, for example, and this kind of thing. So it's very important when you count in strategy, or maybe you're affiliate and want to open a new market and enter a Baltic state. And of course, I mentioned already affiliate marketing, which is my passion, basically. But from this perspective, I would say that with affiliation, it's the same. That it could be it should be a local, basically. If, for example, in European markets, if you have an English website, you can cover UK, you can cover like Australia, Canada, US markets, but local language, it's equals and dominates and delivers mostly like most traffic.
All right.
I think, yeah, it's main three figures, what I would say for digital, which is digital channels to cover and target the players in Baltics.
Okay. So
but at least we can do something.
yeah, exactly. So basically, for people who don't know, the Baltic states are Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania. This is near the Baltic Sea, which
Yes.
also is has so Germany has access, Poland has access to the Baltic Sea, Sweden, Denmark, and Finland. They all
Yes.
are connected throughout that region. So and most of them are friends among each other. It's a very nice area. So Santa, how can iGaming affiliates their strategies to better capture the unique demographics and the preferences of Baltic players? And what specific challenges do affiliates face in this region?
The main challenge, I think, it's for everyone, not only for affiliates, even for operators, even for third parties, and everyone in each region, not only in Baltics, in Europe, the same, in worldwide, which is regulation. That, of course, we have limited advertising options. Small, I would say, Baltic, it's pretty a small but competitive market. For example, in Latvia, just 3 years ago, we were 7 operators. Now we are 17 operators. It's actually a huge number for one license for not even 2 million people population. But affiliates must remain adaptable and attentive to local trends and success. For example, definitely use local language and cultural adaptation. Because, for example, if you are operator of just this one specific license, or Estonian or Lithuanian or Latvian, then it's really important that you, as I mentioned before, is this language, and that your site needs to be in local content. And the same for affiliates. their sites should be, and they should have this community which follows in their local language. So yeah, it's very significant. Of course, if you're an affiliate, for example, a lot of affiliates have this game comparison or game review sites, then it's really important that you know what is the top played games in this local area. And I think it's not only in the Baltics, it's even in each region, or India or Austria or Germans. So they prefer different game providers that prefer different games. Maybe from the history, I could tell more about Latvian trends and even Estonian trends, that here as a first gaming experience came from the land-based casinos, and one of popular trends there was nomadic games, and basically everyone knows the Book of Ra. And now it's from the culture perspective. Now when we are online, we have a ton of providers. It's so hard that you want to really give something nice and nice friendly games or action games, and some of this old player guys just watching and saying, "Nah, why are you giving me Savaviator? I want my Book of Ra. I love my books," basically. And and affiliates need to know which is this trendy, basically, games. What is the advantage? I would say payment methods, because our regulation, it's not allowing a lot of wallets and bitcoins and this kind of stuff, because we have limited payments which need to be registered here locally, and they need to be a bank, basically. And for sure, affiliates, local affiliates, it's good influencers as well. Because when you're doing some cross campaigns, for example, it's our experience in Phoenix that we did with our influencers, some nice advertising of flash fashion. And they know their customers, they know what their followers loves, and it was really attractive and nice as well. And basically, it's good if affiliates can effectively cross different channels as well, not just SEO or just the email marketing or social media.
All right. So continuing our travel channel style teaching of our audience about the Baltics, you guys also need to know that in these countries, they all have their own languages. And while I'm also
what I already mentioned, yeah.
Yeah, I also want to ask you about with the Baltic players being highly diverse in terms of language and culture also playing a big part of it. What communication strategies work best to connect with all the players across the Baltic states?
Definitely English, I would say. If, for example, you want to cover all of us, then, okay, maybe a few years ago or 10 years ago when I was in school, 20 years ago, I would say that Russian was kind of common language for all of us, but it was old generation. Now the new generation, and after all the situation was going on around, each of us trying to escape this Russian, I would say, but yeah, still there's some percentage of players who use it. But definitely in Estonia it will be Estonian, in Latvia Latvian, and Lithuania Lithuanian. And I would say that if you really are operator in any of this region, the major players will be local language and all communication as well. I would say. And
so probably if you put up a website in English, the local players will say, okay, so this is something that it's not connected with us.
It's like, what is the difference? Why you local operator with local license? If you are in English, then I will go wherever. Yeah, but if you go to some international worldwide, for example, Curacao licensed brand, there will not be a Latvian specifically or Lithuanian. And and it's different between locals this operator.
All right.
But and it's really important as well that if I'm Latvian, Lithuanian, and Estonian, when I'm calling, for example, as a support or writing in chat, it's important that, of course, I'm writing in my local language and I want a reply answer from support in my local language. And it's easier maybe sometimes to explain as well some issues.
All right. So what are the key factors that drive brand loyalty among Baltic gaming players, and how can operators build trusted, recognizable brands in the region that may have some perceptions of online gambling? I know that you guys are active in all three countries, right?
Phoenix, not anymore. No.
Okay.
No, not. But yeah, we have like our brother sister brands.
Okay.
So
are there any factors that drive the brand loyalty?
I would say it's part of history as well. I cannot say about Estonia so hardly, but Lithuania and Latvia, there is a historical mindset in the people that gambling it's something black, it's something dirty. Let's say each brand now tries to communicate and say that it's just the thing that you are doing. It's for fun. It's your entertainment. But historically, maybe someone still thinks that it's a place where you can earn the money. And then they are super upset that when they are not winning. And it's really a deal breaker because if, for example, in some other countries, I know that you, for example, sponsor teams and sports, and it's a positive thing because everyone see you in the sports, and or maybe you are sponsoring some events and some other activities. It's in a positive way, but here sometimes people see this sponsorship and thinks, oh my God, they are trying to clean their names and something. It's like not really super nice thing, but it's what we are working on. We try to educate these people that basically gambling, it's not that we are going and asking your money. It's your choice. As far as you're going to cinema, you're coming to us to play a different kind of games. And as far as you're going, for example, even the people who plays Counter-Strike, you used to play video games, right? Sometimes it's so addictive. You just start, you need to reach another level. And here's something is similar, and people think that it's super addictive, but it's the same fun. So why gambling is different? So maybe we need to recall not iGaming, but just entertainment.
Exactly.
So maybe it would be nicer. But definitely, here is a big. You can feel a big nuance and awareness of brand because if, for example, actually we had the research just recently this year when company did this research asking, just telling the names, for example. What is the first names what you recognize as gambling places or gambling names? And actually our brand was high, maybe historically as well, because we have a land base, but awareness, it is good. And even here's some new brands who is coming in the markets. And if they're really like putting something like specifically like some sentence or character, like local character, which is trustable for people, which is maybe a superstar local, then they start to trust and they recognize this brand, and it gives a value definitely, and even just influencers.
All right. I think that the government did not even help with this perception of the gambling industry, especially that because as far as I remember, during the pandemic, during the lockdowns, Latvia was the only country in the world that banned online gambling, as I remember, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's some
And
crazy times.
there's still a suit. Basically, as far we have a institution where all these major players, including us, we are all together, where we are discussing things and together going to these governments and the regulators to implement something, to explain, basically educate them what is gambling. And after this close-up, actually we won this case when the government need to open, and now they need to compensate basically. Okay, there's some processes, but yeah, it was crazy. It's like, why online? Why you're closing online?
That's so strange.
Making different. Yeah, because
right.
Even if we talk about from the perspective of licensing, for land-based you have one license, for online you have another license. So what is the case? Why? Yeah, it was crazy case, but I would say pretty success. Of course, there was drop downs, but nice case, I would say.
All right, so let's also talk about customer relationship management, because there are some key points that many of you probably already know that are regional, that can be exploited by any companies to target specific regions. So how can iGaming companies use these CRM tools to create a personalized experience for the Baltic players? And I'm more interested about what are the data points that are most valuable in crafting these tailored engagement strategies for the region?
From CRM perspective, I would say that if, for example, you used to work with German market, you can work with the Latvian market too.
All right.
I would say as a CRM manager, but of course it's language, because all campaigns need to be in local language. I would say what is, for example, a specific that when you're working with this, what is it different, I would say, from Europe? For example, in Europe, you can do welcome bonus without a deposit. It's like you can, in different regions, you can give a free money kind, but it's definitely not allowed here. So none of campaigns none of, even if it's VIP players, we cannot give anything for free. And as the regulator said, that if you're giving something for free, you need to give to everyone. Imagine what the budget of campaign. And what is the sad story is that, for example, we are missing tournaments. When you have nice tournaments, which sometimes game providers provide by themselves, and it's what we are missing. But if we talk about like in CRM, how we are approaching that, definitely we are segmenting our players as everyone does. We are checking their behavior, what games they are playing, do they adapt addictive to old games, or they are open, for example, for new ones, which I mentioned before. Yeah, definitely like time notifications. It depends of tools, because we tried to implement like a new tool, which is super cool and super great in Europe, whereas maybe which works perfectly under MGA license, for example. And I remember that we requested some some bonus system and this journey. We try to build the journey, and these guys, and we understand that actually we cannot like perfectly build this journey because we cannot give this bonus what we wanted. And the still owners, they didn't understand how is that possible. That works perfectly with other brands. Why not with you? And as far as I used to work with MGA licensed brands, then I answered, guys, we cannot give free money. It's a issue. and here's a specific thing that maybe the tool could perfectly work and would do a brilliant job for maybe European market or other licensed brands, but it's important that the tool it's adapted for local market too. It's really, and how this data you are collecting, and for example, even registration. We have here locally, you can use the smart ID and this kind of things, which is connected with the bank system. In other countries, it's fine. You enter your email, write that you are Santa or you are not Santa, and it's fine. I don't care you're Santa or Elton. Basically, just play, come, give a bitcoins and whatever. But here it's really strict, and this exchange of data for CRM it's really important. And yeah.
All right. So you probably also work with all types of gamifications and loyalty programs.
Yeah, definitely. Loyalty we have. I think each brand tries to do a loyalty program. There's brands who try to work with the VIP clients as well. Of course, I would say it's not the same level as maybe Wild or average Europe VIP player. Maybe because we have a different demographic situation as well, and so incomes and it's all affects. But when you segment these people, then yeah, still there's the VIP players, and then you can offer them entertainment, some nice tickets for some events and this kind of things, and engage them basically, and definitely work personalize it. Maybe because I would say that it's advantage and disadvantage as well. It's like a good thing that we are pretty small and our audience is smaller than, for example, if you have MGA license and you're covering everything. But when you are locally, then you can work more personally with the players, I would say, from CRM perspective, and you can more segment by they have behaviors, basically more deeper and more structured. I would say so that would be a thing.
All right. So I also want to also ask you about this gamification. Are there any proven gamification examples you can give that has been effective for retaining players in the Baltic region?
Need to think. Actually,
or maybe loyalty programs.
They work, but I would say the best it's when you have a short bonuses. It's not like I would say that people in nowadays maybe they're more tired to do something in long time because everything's so dynamic, and I enter, I do, I go, and I think the short term bonuses and this kind of promotions it works really well. But of course, there is a segment of people who love to be involved in longer relations of this loyalty program to check how many points I'm earning and what will be my award when I will reach specific level. I would say really important that there is mobile optimization for the games because, of course, everyone is going mobilely nowadays, and it's really important that your game is available on mobile, basically. And what else? I think a cashback. It's a good thing here as well. And of course, we have seasonal promotions, which really works well, or special events.
All right. So are there
For
any
example,
options
ice
for?
hockey.
Oh, okay. Is that the
Yeah,
thing?
because we are crazy for ice hockey and basketball. And when the sports events, you can see that everything's just flying.
All right. So are there any like fast withdrawal methods in terms of payments? Because I know that this is something that is has been talked about recently at many conferences and articles.
Basically, we are on the way. I know that there's still some discussions about bitcoins, for example, and this e-wallets, which kind of should be because everyone has, and in our regions it's more complicated. But definitely, yeah, for example, Trustly works and Pacer and this kind of things that yeah, it's kind of connected with your card, but still, it's a faster way not to accept and go through the bank payments or a bank like a card. But I would say it's really missing because sometimes it's challenging, even for example, working with affiliates when your brand hasn't the C wallets and you need to pay, so you need to think how to pay and organize all the system of e-wallets, and it's hassle sometimes. Yeah,
How
but
big is the affiliate market in the Baltics, or are you attracting affiliates outside of the Baltic region?
yes, we do. But I would say the best work and conversion is for local ones. I would say that if we split affiliation and marketing in general, that it's not as a high percentage that could be, for example, in Finland. Um, that there's a market which could be perfectly covered by affiliates, and you no need to think about other channels. And affiliates brings new traffic and new players and everything. But here you still need to do a marketing because in local market it's sometimes it's tricky to work with a local affiliates because there's always possibilities that everyone need know each other, and especially if you work with the hybrids or CPA. But from other hand, I have a really huge affiliate who is really nicely work and converts and globally. But this niche, these Baltic states, it's so small for them that they cannot cover so well as local ones. And locals know how to reach Google keywords. They know how to place the content which is relevant for this community of Estonians, Latvians, and Lithuanians. And that definitely does better jobs than global affiliates. But I think it's everywhere because even if you go to Canada, local Canadian affiliates definitely knows best way how to reach locals and affiliate who is in English for everyone.
Okay. All right. So, Santa, thank you so much for your time. And thank you for our audience for sticking around. If you have some shout outs maybe you would like to give to your team or your colleagues, now is the time to do it.
Shout out. Actually, today it's really nice day for us because it's 11th of November and it's memorable day of fighters who fight for our freedom because after week we will have a Freedom Day. But yeah, today I invite everyone to put some candle and remember how we got the free world where to live.
All
so
right.
yeah, it's really a memorable day. But what definitely as a takeaway, I can give that educate your players, because maybe sometimes they don't know really what is iGaming, but or how to do it and how actually it could be fun without some hassle. So it's really important to educate.
All right. So like we do here on Hipther Talk. So thank you so
Yeah,
much
exactly.
again. And our audience, thank you so much for joining us. We will be back next week with more crazy stuff. Take good care, everyone. Bye.
Bye. Ciao.
And that's a wrap for this section of Hipther Talks. Thank you for being a part of our journey today. Don't forget to tune in next week for more insights and discussions. Stay connected with us on Spotify, YouTube, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, and more. Until then, keep exploring and keep growing. We'll see you next time.